We are live for whoever might be on. Just thought I'd kill some time on a Monday evening and see what happens. So we'll see who's available, who's around, and this could all go straight down the toilet. We shall see. But yeah, anyway, hope anybody that's watching this on the recording, for people that watch streams as a recording, I hope you're doing well. It is Monday, November the 3rd here while I'm recording this, and yeah, no set topic, nothing in particular to discuss. I mean, there are a few things that are on my mind regarding some new releases. I don't have anything nearby. My music room is still kind of in the figuring out stage. So in the meantime, I'm just hanging out upstairs. So cheers, everybody. Let's see. Zach, what is going on, man? Yes, go Pats. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a lull the last couple of years. So yeah, very happy. I'm happy both ways, because my college team, it's not where I went to school, but my favorite Division I college team, University of Virginia, just went to number 12. They were just pushed to number 12 on the AP polls. It's their best season since the 90s, which is insane. Obviously, the big test will be rivalry weekend here in a couple of weeks against Virginia Tech. Again, we'll see. They're known to choke, but yeah. Anyway, we shall see how it goes. But on the other side of things, my fantasy football team stinks this year. I am second to last. Only 2 wins this year. My team has not been a great group of guys. It's a lot of good players. They're just not good for fantasy points. And I had to make like a last ditch trade over the weekend. My quarterback was Jalen Hurts from the Eagles, and I had to trade him for Bo Nix from Denver, because I needed a quarterback, and he was on a bye. So anyway, people here don't really care about football. You might, but I am not a strong sports guy, so I can't, rationally talk too much about sports for too long. But Chris, what is going on, man? You see what I did there? You probably never heard that one before. Yeah, just chilling out, having a beverage, and just enjoying Monday night here now that daylight savings time has kicked in officially. Richard, you're right. Sports aren't on final. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, if anybody that I know is interested in coming up, then I can make that happen. But yeah, we'll leave it there. But yeah, just enjoying the last parts of fall here is moving to the winter. It's been beautiful here in Virginia. Like peak, we almost had 2 peak weekends. Last weekend was beautiful. The weekend before was great. The tree that I look at from our home office here, because I work at home, today was like the first day that I've noticed it starting to dry a little bit. But it's been a fantastic fall, autumn, as you would say, Chris, here in the southeastern United States. But I am very excited because I love this time of year. I love Christmas. I will very, very shortly be listening to Christmas music and cannot wait for that. So cheers to that. Yeah, so it's been a great season. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm doing the stream from upstairs here at my dining room table. My music room, though it is almost ready, is not the best for ventilation at the moment. We need like another fan down there, but that'll happen soon enough. Trevor, flat, round, and spun. What's going on, man? Yeah, I was saying earlier, if anybody that I know personally would like to hop on for a little bit, we can work that out. I will send it privately. But yeah, all is good. I am, very excited. A short week for me for work. I am working a few hours. I mean, I'm working through Thursday. Yes, indeed, Chris. But I worked for just a couple hours on Thursday, and then I am hitting the road for a very long weekend with a fellow VCer, and we shall leave it there for now. But very excited for a long weekend and for a few days off of work. Yeah, I think I took days off back in July for my honeymoon, but it'll be nice to have some days off. Yeah, and I mean, November as a rule is just going to be a really nice workload for me because I have 2 days off for Thanksgiving. And yeah, I'm taking this Friday off, half day Thursday. And then, going into December, a few more days off. So got a couple nice short months for workload, and I'm very excited for that. But let me know what's everybody doing there in the chat. Let me see. Right now, I don't have any interviews lined up. I reached out to somebody, but I don't believe I'm going to get any bites. And that's part of the thing is like, it's kind of like a job interview or, applying to, a college or something like that. You send out all these interviews, interview invites, and you only get a couple of responses, maybe. And most of the time they're no. It is exciting. That's what I was doing before jumping on. My wife and I, she's away for a few hours right now, which is hence the stream. We made chicken wings in the oven and had that with some asparagus and sweet potato waffle fries. But yeah, dishes is a very exciting thing. It's very rock and roll. But very excited for this weekend. Gonna hit up a lot of record stores, spend a lot of money at a concert, possibly go to another concert while I'm up there. It's gonna be a lot of self-control with the money. So it's very cold in some places. Today was pretty warm here. It was like in the mid 60s Fahrenheit. And then I think in a couple of days it's going to be low to mid 70s, and then it's going to drop off going into the weekend. But yeah, so very excited for any kind of record shopping this weekend coming up. A lot of new stores for me. Going to a concert, big concert. And yeah, maybe going to a smaller concert while I'm there as well on Friday. Whoops. So, let me see. Oh, and I should say, first of all, if there's anybody new that's watching this stream right now, new subscribers, thank you so much. My last video for like the 11th or 12th time a video of mine has hit 1,000 views or more. I don't get a lot of videos that hit 1,000. And I put up an unboxing of the new Bob Dylan box set, the new CD box set. And I am creeping up to 2,500 views on that video. And I'm very, very happy. I've done a lot of unboxings the day of, and sometimes they get 100 views. Sometimes they get, 500. There's no rhyme or reason. It can be a huge set. It can be a Beatles set. Everybody loves the Beatles. And it only gets a few views because of timing, what YouTube deems to be algorithm worthy. And for some reason, this video, this Bob Dylan unboxing, slid into the algorithm and is continually racking up views. It's gotten me like almost 30 subscribers from the one video. It's gotten me a couple hundred watch hours for you YouTube, video makers. Yeah, I mean, and Richard, it took me a couple of years before I hit 1,000 views on a video. And that was, I think it was another Bob Dylan unboxing, to be honest with you. But yeah, so all I have to say, thank you for anybody that's watching. That's a new subscriber. That's a new subscriber. I was blown away by the viewership and the subscriber count. It was just fantastic. But yeah, that was huge. So I've kind of let that one sit for a little bit. I might even later tonight do a record my October music finds. I haven't done that yet. That'll take so much time because I log everything that I purchase and I log everything that I listen to, and figuring out what I've bought, finding it on the shelves because it's been over 30 days since some of that stuff came into my house. And yeah, I have to go through and dig it all up out of my shelves. I've got to see, I've got currently my turntables upstairs in the home office, which is a very small room. All my records are downstairs, so I'm in a townhouse. So upstairs, that's where the office is. Then I come down here. This is the main level with living room, kitchen's behind this wall, and then that way is the door to the basement, which is where all the records are and all the posters and everything. But I've still got stuff to fix down there. And all I have to say is I've got records upstairs in the small office. I've got stuff downstairs, and I've got to figure out, I've got to go through my list, see what I purchased, and then gather it all together, do the video, and then put it all back. So that's going to be the next video. And then, yeah, again, there's going to be some videos this weekend for sure. At the very least, a concert review of the show that I'm seeing on Saturday. And Yeah, just a whole lot to kind of figure out here and analyze. So anyway, that's what we are working on. By we, I mean me. Um, 256,000. That's crazy. You probably had a few hundred subscribers from that, didn't you? That happened with and I'll say his name and he'll jump on. Music Talk with John. He did a I want to say it was an Etta James short, and he got hundreds and hundreds of subscribers. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know why I'm keeping it a secret. I've said it, I think, a couple different times. I'm seeing Paul McCartney on Saturday, and I'm very excited. It'll be my third time seeing McCartney, and you know, people love to hate on McCartney a lot. Even like the Beatles freaks here on YouTube, like they love to bash McCartney. You know, we talk about his voice, we talk about, you know, him trying to rewrite history, about songs that he wrote that, you know, probably lean more toward John Lennon. But, you know, last time I saw him was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I went with my sister about 2 years ago, and it was like one of the greatest concert experiences of my life. My second time seeing him. You know, right now they're doing that whole thing with, you know, they have the John Lennon comes up on screen, and they've isolated just the vocals, and it's John on the rooftop during the 1969 rooftop concert doing "I've Got a Feeling," and so you've got, you know, John Lennon there at what, age 39? No, sorry, at age 29 doing that song. And you've got 83-year-old Paul McCartney singing with him. And I remember when I saw that, I had tears in my eyes because it was like the closest I will ever come to hearing the Beatles live in person. Yeah, I'm just very excited. He's doing a few songs that I haven't seen him do live. I'm very excited to hear him do "Coming Up" from McCartney 2. That's gonna be great. I love that song. I'm very excited to hear him do "Help," which is what he's opening with. I'm just very, very much looking forward to that show. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I will, and it's in it's like in a hockey arena. So, yeah, it's not gonna be one of these, you know, football stadiums. It's still gonna be big, but our seats are decent. And yeah, I do, Richard. I ignore them. I mean, I do the same thing with Bob Dylan. And you know, if I tried to pick too many fights with people, I'm talking to you, Rob, at Northern Revolutions. If I you know, got into spats with too many people, then I would just be bitter, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, and that's the thing, Julie, is that, you know, he puts on a heck of a show, and you know, when you're there in the moment, you let a lot of stuff go. You really do. Um, and I do with a lot of artists. I remember I had to do that with the one time that I saw Crosby, Stills, and Nash in, I guess it was 2014. It was a couple of years before they broke up. And I knew going in that Steven Stills was not going to have the voice that he did, you know, even in the 90s or the early 2000s, because, you know, he's going deaf, and that affects your, you know, ability to hear, to stay in, you know, just keep your pitch, all that stuff. But when I was there, I was like, That's Stephen Stills singing Love the One You're With, playing guitar. That's Stephen Stills singing For What It's Worth. That's Stephen Stills singing Southern Cross. Like, I don't care. Like, this is awesome. And to hear, Graham Nash and David Crosby backing him up, yeah, I'll never forget it. It was great. Also went with my sister there. And then obviously, the whole Dylan thing, that's its own thing that I look past a lot of stuff for Bob, and just love everything really that Bob has put out. I mean, there is something great on every single album that he's put out, even the bad ones, and there are a few bad ones. I'm talking to you, Knocked Out Loaded. I'm talking to you, Empire Burlesque. There's great stuff on every single album, even if it's just a track. I love it, and I can look past it. Let me jump ahead here. Yeah, I mean, that was me. I had tears during that. I had tears during Band on the Run. It was just like, oh man. And every time you go see these guys that are, septuagenarians or octogenarians, you're like, this is the last time I'm going to see them. And then that you're privileged to go see them again is, it's fantastic. Like, last time I saw Paul, I was like, I'm not going to see him again. And then here I am a couple years later, I'm going to see him again. I've seen Bob Dylan 6 times. Like, every time that I've gone, I'm like, this could be the last time I see Bob. But now I'm in the mindset. I'm like, ooh, I need to go see Bob. So, yeah. Yeah, that's so cool that you were at that show. That's so cool. Scott, what is going on, man? Everybody go check out Scott. Great guy. One of these days, Scott, when I'm down in Florida, we're gonna hang out, and you're gonna show me all the cool spots to go. I haven't been to Florida in like 8 years, so I need to go back. Brentley, what's going on, dude? Long time no talk. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know who that is. Am I dumb? Yeah, back to Brentley here. That's the thing, is like, at what point do we say, no, I was froze. That's great, isn't it? I'll be back. Oh, look at that. How good does that look, eh? Let's see here. I'm gonna try to figure this out, but I'll keep talking. Yeah, one of the things is, like, people always say, yeah, go see your heroes, go see them when you can. And, a lot of times the tickets are going to be expensive. Like, I just saw today that, this has got tours all the time. Sting is coming to Richmond in May, I think, and with his like trio. Oh gosh, let's see. Hold on. All right. That's weird. I hate StreamYard. For me, does not work well. It's never really been great for me. What happens if I as the host leave the studio and then jump back? Does the stream disappear? Because like, what happens is like if I'm working with other people, um, yeah, I see James. Thank you. If I jump out of the stream as the single host and then go back in, does the stream stay alive? You know what I mean? Um, let's see. Good gosh. Yeah, StreamYard is not it. I do not recommend it to anybody. I don't pay for it. I would never pay for this. Um, let's try doing something else here. Really, Tim? So, okay. I'm going to try it. And if not, then I'm going to restart a stream. So everybody stay with me and we shall see. Yeah, we shall see what happens. So let me do this real quick. And if not, I will start a new stream. So give me a second. There we go. Right? Can you hear me? If that's the case, Tim, everybody go subscribe to Tim Allen for being the handyman on the stream here. So that might happen again. If it does, I will jump in and jump out. But yeah. So Chris, if you want to hop on, you can. Just let me know. I know it's late for you. I think you're. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, everybody go subscribe to Tim Allen because he can fix your streams. But yeah. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, James said he saw McCartney in London in December. He sounded okay. The band, yeah, that's the thing. McCartney has such a great band that have been with him for like 25 years. With who is it? Like Paul Wicks, Abe Laboriel, Rusty Anderson. Those guys have been with him for a long time, and they're note perfect. Anybody that's seen Paul in this millennium have seen this band. They're just, that's why he keeps them around because, like you said, they can cover them up fairly well. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited. Again, that's Saturday. Yeah, very excited. And like I said, anybody that I know that wants to hop on, let me know. Yeah, and Abe has such a great voice. He's got that high harmony voice. And yeah, he's just such a great guy, it seems, and a great musician. I mean, his dad was a great musician. So it runs in the family. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, McCartney, he does seem to hang out a lot in the States. I don't know if that's a cost thing, or what, but I mean, that's kind of like with Ringo. I mean, Ringo lives in California, so Ringo can play the States every year, um, and does. I mean, Ringo tours every year, where Paul does not. Paul takes a couple of years off from time to time. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, Trevor, because I mean, Wings was such like a revolving door of players. I mean, with the exception of like the three, McCartney, the McCartneys, Linda and Paul, and Denny Lane. I mean, you had all those guys that came in and out, like Jimmy McCullough and, all those guys. It was almost just like, a backing band for Paul. I mean, Denny added a lot to the band, and, even played with Paul like through like Pipes of Peace or Tug of War, one of those solo albums. I mean, after Wings had officially retired, like Tug of War, if you look at the personnel, is just as much a Wings album as London Town or Wildlife. You know, you know, it's all in the name, and I guess McCartney wanted to end that 1980 with London Town, all that stuff. But I'm, I'm not dogging you. I understand what you're saying, and I remember like I was blown away when I learned that like his band now has been together longer than Wings and the Beatles combined, plus probably a decade. It's insane. Getting down to melted ice here. Yeah, for those that were wondering, this was some Jim Beam bourbon, and now it's like some Jim Beam melted ice. Yeah, that was pretty much just ice. Yeah, I mean it's going to be fascinating. I mean, I did a video about, I don't know, like a week or so ago, about Fleetwood Mac potentially reuniting in 2027 for the 50th anniversary of Rumors. And as exciting as that is, because obviously, you had Fleetwood Mac that toured without Christine McVie for many years after she left the band. Even back then, those tickets were unbelievable. I mean, I remember being in college and Fleetwood Mac with Christine McVie, I think, came to Charlottesville, Virginia, which when I was going to school, that was probably about an hour from me. And again, I'm in college at this point, so like 19, 20 years old. The tickets for that were like $200 for nosebleeds, and I'm like, I'm in college, I can't afford to go to a show for a band that like I only know like one album worth of material at that point. So I just know that if they would get back together, you would have those same four from the Rumors lineup. Maybe they keep Neil Finn or Mike Campbell. Maybe they keep Neil Finn for an extra singer, which is who they had when they booted Lindsey Buckingham out of the band. Yeah, it's hard to say. Those tickets are going to be insane if they go back on sale. And that's the thing. The sad thing is, well, I'll get there in a second. Yeah, I've seen that. Seems like a cool thing, and I know that they're doing the like the Man on the Run documentary or whatever about Paul's solo career. That should be good. And yeah, they're all, every single member of that band is consistent. Every single one. They can all sing. They can all play. and they know where Paul's going, and yeah, they can play any song. Um, but oh gosh, what was I saying? Yeah, something about. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. With artists now that are, um, aging, getting older, the every year that they go on tour, it seems that tickets get higher because it might be the last time that they tour, and like I know that, um, yeah, Dylan shows used to be pretty affordable. Like the first time that I saw Dylan, was 2014. I think I was a junior in college. Saw him in Richmond with my dad, and we were front row in the balcony. And I think those tickets were like 70, maybe. And I've seen Dylan. I saw Dylan down in Winston Salem in North Carolina, um, on his Rough and Rowdy Ways tour, and I saw him from the third or fourth row. I mean, it was 125 from like the fourth row. Meanwhile, my sister and I saw McCartney in Winston Salem in the football stadium. We were in the very back in the nosebleeds, $115 for the nosebleeds. And I'm seeing him again, and it's a couple $100, and it's just like, these guys aren't getting younger, and there's going to be a supply and demand. Again, with Bob Dylan, he had the big movie that came out earlier this year, or late last year, I guess, because I saw it New Year's Eve last year. People were all aflutter to go see Bob, and a lot of them left his shows very disappointed because he's not up there singing "Blowing on the Wind" with his guitar and his harmonica. And now we have the Bruce Springsteen film, and he is probably going to get the same kind of reaction. So, anyway, let me jump in some comments. Yeah. You see Wix. He's all over the MTV Unplugged concert too. You see him back there playing keys and accordion and harmonica. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Yeah, and U2 are on my list. I haven't seen U2, and they're on my list of people to see. And again, one of these days, I will go see them. But they're again just very, very, very expensive. So, yeah, Richard, did you want to come up? Let me know. Have I ever been on a stream with you, Richard? I know you've invited me several times. I'm usually finishing work, and that's my thing. Just so you know, Richard, when I see you on like Fridays when you do your stream, I usually have like another like hour and a half of work, and it's one of those things that's like unfortunately like I can comment, on your videos because like I usually like will keep my laptop. This is my personal laptop that I'm using now. I'll keep that to the side of my desk where I'm using my work laptop. And we'll have, for part of the day, I'll usually be watching or listening to YouTube videos, almost like a podcast. That's how I'm able to like comment on YouTube videos, is because I'm watching while I'm working or like listening while I'm working and, occasionally glance over. So like when you're doing your stream, I'm usually, finishing up my Friday, and I can't be on camera during work. So that's why I can't hardly ever join. Because I get off at 4:30 my time at the Eastern time. So anyway, that's why. But if you'd like to come on now, shoot me a message or tell me in the chat, and I will private message you the link. Yeah. So anyway, all I have to say is I am somebody who's very pro seeing your heroes while you can, even if it might cost a little bit of money. If you have the means, do it. If you're somebody that is just, all about, oh, I just, want to listen to the record, or like, they don't sound like they used to, then don't go to the show, because you'll probably, give off a vibe that will perturb other people that are around you that are enjoying the show. For example, some of the shows that I'm happy that I saw, the Monkees. Now, I say the Monkees, it was Mike Nesmith and Mickey Dolenz. I saw them in 2021 with my buddy Tommy, who has a YouTube channel, Tommy's Musical Adventures. I know Tim is a fan. Tommy and I went to go see the Monkees in Knoxville, Tennessee in October of 2021. The following month-ish, Michael Nesmith passed away. And where I was living at the time was a little over 4 hours away from Knoxville. And I drove to Tommy's house, and then we drove from his house to the venue. Had I said to myself, that's a little too far to drive, I'm not going to do it, I would never have seen Michael Nesmith. And he's my favorite Monkee and one of my favorite artists. Very happy I went to this show. Very happy that I went to that show. Another example, Gordon Lightfoot. I saw Gordon Lightfoot twice. He was my very first true concert. I saw him with my parents in about 2009, 2010. And then my dad and I saw him again in like early 22-ish. And then he would die about a year later. Now, I had bad experiences at that show because of audience members, but not because of Gordo. I saw Charlie Daniels about a year before he passed away. I was working at a venue and was able to do an article about Charlie Daniels, and then he passed away. I saw the Zombies, the touring version of the Zombies with Colin Blunstone and Rod Argent. Rod Argent had a stroke earlier this year, and they immediately stopped touring as the Zombies. Had I not, at that time driven the, hour 45 to get to the Zombies from where I was living at the time, I would have never seen Rod Argent. I never would have seen him. And I know that there are, a lot of us that are in the chat that, you can see people that are, you've seen people that are older, right? Like some of you might have said, like, oh, I've seen the Beatles, but, I saw, Prince, whoever it might be. Sure. But like, I guess like what I'm saying is for people my age, for people, 40, 45 or younger that are wanting to see these guys from the 60s and 70s, or girls from the 60s or 70s, now is the time to see them. Because, again, unfortunately, you have to deal with Ticketmaster costs. You have to deal with queues, but, they're not, they're not going to be around for very long. We are in a very unfortunate time where we're probably looking within the next 5 or 7 years where a lot of these people will either no longer be with us or will be unable to tour. That includes McCartney. That includes Bob Dylan. Another person, Jeff Lynne. I saw ELO on the final tour. I mean, it was Jeff Lynne's ELO. Earlier this year, he had to cancel his last show because of an illness. I got to see him. I'm very, very fortunate that I've been able to go to these shows. Again, I'm not saying this as, I mean, I'm not saying this to be like, oh, well, I was able to go to these shows because, I could get into I could get off work, or like I could, you know, put the money down toward, like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at those times in my life, I was able to go. There have been shows I've had to say no to. I've had to say no to Robert Plant. He was just here in town a few days ago. I couldn't go. I've had to say no to, you know, smaller artists that I love that are right in town, but I couldn't go because I'm like, I've got to be smart with my money. Um, I'm seeing, another show in a week. I can't be going to this show that's going to cost $100. I can't drive an hour away. I can't put more miles in the car, like all that stuff that we all have to go through. But anyway, I'm venting, I'm ranting. I'm sorry about that. You all know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so yeah. So, again, if anybody would like to um come on, then please um drop me a line and let me know. Because I'm trying to debate. I'm trying to debate if I'm going to have another beverage or not. Anyway, let me get off that. Yeah. So other than that, I'm trying to think. I don't have 400 pounds for Paul in December. Yeah. Whereabouts are those seats, do you think, James? Like, are you able to see? Let me see. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, I can't remember what it's called, when you have to deal with, like, it's like the price is based off of how long you're in queue or whatever. Good gosh, why did all these chats just come through? I didn't see these chats. I'm so sorry. They just now came through. All right, let me jump on this. We got somebody who wants to come on, so I'm trying to get that straightened out as well. So just give me a second, folks, and then I will catch up on your chats. These just came through. StreamYard is acting real janky. Yes, Brinley, I agree about information overload, 100%, especially this time of year with box sets coming out, reissues. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And the Christmas market is a real thing. And I am very glad that I'm not somebody that needs to buy everything. Let's see. Oh gosh. All right, let me jump out again real quick. StreamYard is great in it. Let me see all these chats here. All right, here we go.
Hello, Sam.
Chris, what's going on?
You're right, mate.
I'm okay. I'm loving StreamYard right now. I'll tell you what. Yeah,
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
yeah. It's terrible. I mean, it's always been this laptop, and it's not just the internet at this house. It was like this at my apartment when I was living in the apartment, and it's for some reason it's with this particular laptop. I don't know why. And this is a new laptop. It's only a year old. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it needs an update, mate.
Yeah, the update is called throwing the computer out the window, but you know. All right, let's see. These chats all came in at once. And there's Trevor. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Like $25. So you're paying like $1 a row, right? So that's not too shabby. Okay. Yeah. I guess you're talking about Paul, right, Scott? Because again, these came in kind of late. But yeah, the band is always just top notch. Always top notch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So we'll just compare that slightly. So I watched Billy Joel in Cardiff 2 years ago, and it only cost me £70 to watch him live per ticket. So obviously I bought 2 tickets for me and Liz. That was my bucket list, Billy Joel. And Walk and Talk with John will love him saying that.
You would.
But it was an amazing concert. But there's a difference between Billy Joel. Okay, he's not Paul McCartney. Let's just be honest here. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've seen the live performance, the Billy Joel, but he brought on Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
In New York.
So yeah, at Shea.
And but Billy was amazing. I've seen Paul obviously in Taylor Hawkins' tribute show. That was, I'm never going to beat that concert. I got to be honest. The people that came on. But you were on about interviews earlier on, doing interview because I love watching your interview series, and I'm always like sending you messages going, "When's the next one? What recommendations you got for me?"
Yeah.
I think you've cost me quite a bit of money in the last couple of months, but it's been good recommendations. So it's Saturday, I'm going to watch the band Sunday 1994. I don't know if you're aware of them. Check them out, Sam. Richard put me onto them. My mate Jeff, who's a reporter, covers music. He's got his own music kind of radio show, and we're going to meet the band and interview them. So that should be pretty cool. And then I got what else I got coming up? Bryan Adams in December, and I'm going to watch The Offspring this month.
Okay.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
I've seen Bryan. I saw him twice during the probably about 2 years apart. He was doing the Bare Bones acoustic tour. And that was fantastic. It was just him and his piano player. And yeah, he just sounded. This was probably like 2009 or so it's been a good little bit.
That's another bucket list for me, that one, the Bryan Adams one. I just want to see him live, and I'm quite, happy. So yeah, should be cool.
Yeah, and he's still got it too.
Yeah.
Little River Band, Eddie Money, tickets $12.50. Shoo. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for accepting the apology, Richard. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I think you'd enjoy them, Sam. You'd enjoy that band. I'm telling you now. It's Stained Glass Window is one of their hits, and it's kind of, it reminds me of like early 90s kind of music. It's got a female lead singer. There's only, I think there's 3 in the band, but they are smooth, Really nice. It's one of them bands you listen to the album going, I'm sure I've heard this before. It's one of them. It's kind of like, where have I heard this before? Because I said to Richard about it, and he was like, nope, check them out. So I went ahead and bought the vinyl, as you do, for
As you do.
recommendations from the vinyl community. You know what it's like.
Correct.
And
Yep.
I absolutely love them, and I'm going to watch them on Saturday. So, well done, Rich.
Yeah. That's the thing about the vinyl community is that it makes us all a little bit poor.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah. Yeah, Richard, I did see Prine. Like it was like one of his last 11-ish shows. Yeah, it was incredible to see that live. Sorry, I'm trying to get another invite out. Yeah, and I got to see Stevie Wonder as well. Back in college, he was doing this Songs in the Key of Life tour, and yeah, that was 9 years ago. So I got to see Stevie.
So it's by James here. James Boyce was saying how difficult it is to try and so stressful it is to try and get tickets these days, and I totally agree with that statement because it is so stressful. Let's take Oasis for instance. Let's
take them.
Look at Rob. Couldn't get tickets. Could not get tickets, and yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, and I mean there's always like a rumor for these bands, like, oh, we'll be back, next year, or we'll be back whenever, and then they break up or somebody passes away or like a key member is fired. We have that all the time with artists, and it's very, very frustrating.
Well, Bon Jovi are back together. See how well that pans out.
Yeah, do they have Richie with them?
I don't know. The best person to ask is probably Rob, and he can't stand Richie. So he's my go-to Bon Jovi guy.
I don't touch Bon Jovi with a 10-foot pole, so I can't stand him. But
well, it wouldn't surprise you. I've got the greatest hits.
Shocking. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, James, Stevie Wonder. Let me see. Everything's moving so slow. Yeah, Badfinger. They're another one. That's pretty sweet. I know some of those guys would go to a lot of like the Beatle fests and stuff like that. Wow, just a month before he died. Do you know Robert Palmer?
Yeah. Are you getting these messages really slow? Because I think these messages went out about 10 minutes ago.
They did, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like they all like crashed my inbox like at the same time. Like they're showing from about 15 minutes ago. So sorry, folks. My internet sucks right now. I'm just trying to jump ahead here, and I've got somebody that wants to come on. It is stressful, James. You two are way up there now, especially now that Petty has passed away. That's pretty good. 4 times in 11 years. Yeah, and they were in my area probably about 12 years ago or so. Yeah, Robert Plant. When I saw the Robert Plant tickets for here it was supposed to be Sunday. Like it was like second seller at that point. It was like $300 for, floor seats. So I said, nah. Unless he was back with Led Zeppelin, I would maybe go for $300, but not just for the current Robert Plant touring band.
You can double that, mate. If Led Zeppelin got back together, you're looking more $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if it was just Plant and Page, like I would be like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh gosh, did I freeze again?
So this is why everybody who does live streams on the vinyl community absolutely loves StreamYard, because this is the kind of thing that happens to me all the time.
Yeah, and it's always great when I'm interviewing somebody and it freezes up on me, and I'm like, crap. Yeah.
I think this
All
is
right.
where they gained Sam to do premium. A better quality.
Plus, you get like they give you like the free 5 hours of recordings, and then I'm sure that's blowing things up. If I close most of my tabs here, let me see. There's a lot of chats here. Yeah, let me get down to the bottom. Yeah, that's my biggest regret. Yeah, and people that know me know that that's the biggest concert regret that I had. But I never really had a true chance to see Tom Petty. Like there was never like so like it doesn't make me feel as bad. Because it was never like, oh, Tom Petty's in town, I'm just gonna skip it this time. You know. He never really came to my part of the state. The one time that he was within like an hour and a half of me, I was still just not quite going to concerts by myself. So it's hard for me to be really mad about it because I never had a moment where I was like, Petty's right down the street and I'm going to skip it. You know?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So, well, I guess, and I know I've got somebody that I'm trying to get an invite out to here, and it's taking its sweet time.
It's telling me there's somebody backstage. I just had a notification come through saying somebody's backstage. James is on stage. It's telling me.
Nah. Very good. No. Yeah, I mean, we're at the. It's interesting because now we're at this time of the year now where, people are going to start doing their end of the year lists.
Yes.
Best ofs. Do you have in your mind right now a somebody at the forefront for album of the year, or do you? I mean, you don't have to say it because like the rest of us, you're probably like, oh, I might do a top 10 at the end of the year.
I don't give a damn, mate. You know me. Adam Baldwin's going to be up there.
Right.
For me, Adam Baldwin. At the moment, it's Adam Baldwin. I'm quite late to the band, which I've started collecting this year. And I know there's been news that they're releasing an album on the High Fidelity. I can't remember the name of the company. I apologize. It's not Rhino.
Yep.
It's the other one.
You Discover is doing one called Vinyl Fidelity.
That's the one. Rob sent me a message saying, "Oi, oi, Chris, look what's getting released." And at the bottom he goes, "This wasn't my fault."
Yeah. For more money to be spent. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Baldwin is probably still my number one album. I go to the album you recommended by Prime. That is top 5, I'd say. I really enjoyed that album. I'd probably have to go back on the videos that I've shown, if I'm being honest, Sam, just to keep track of kind of what I have picked up, because I picked up a load of albums this year. Especially, I remember talking to Richard. Like October was insane. The amount of albums I picked up were just off the chart, and I got the stage where Liz was saying to me, "She's like, there's another package arrived. Good God, what have you bought now?"
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No. That's me. I mean, I've got every day because I get a text that shows what mail we're gonna get during the day, and I ordered several albums from Discogs. I ordered one from eBay that I was just tired of looking for. I looked at it on eBay. It was listed for like $11.
Right.
And then because I looked at it, I guess the seller was like, I want to get rid of this thing. So then he sent me a message. He's like, I'll give you 25% off that.
Okay.
And so it was like $7. It was like $7. I'm like, I can't leave that. So I got that. I got the new Bob Dylan box set. I really want the new Who's Next. The new Who Are You box set from the Who. That's something I want to buy. There's just way too much right now this time of year. Way too much.
The thing is, you've got releases from Oasis, Familiars to Millions, which is coming out in November. That's coming out in November. You've got Record Store Days also coming up as well in November. And then obviously you've got the Christmas then, which that's the time to ask for Amazon vouchers. Or whatever you get your records from, or record shop vouchers, or that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I just completed the Stereophonics, which nobody's going to care about, but so now I've got to go on to my next one, which and obviously then you've got the vinyl tag to think about coming up. Whoever's going to do that this year, maybe you should do it, Sam. Americana Sam. Just do the come up with your own vinyl tag. I'll jump on it. Like, yeah, I'll jump on that.
I'm sure you will. What's going on, Alex?
There he is.
And Morton over there in Norway.
Hey, Morton.
Richard says he's starting to review new releases from this year. And that's what I start doing this time of year is, again, like I have everything listed that's new from this year. And I want to go back through and be sure that I like it as much as I did when it first came out. Here's my test for the person that is backstage. I will not say his name. If it is you, rub your head and tell me that Kiss sucks. No, I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Pacific Northwest, is it Mazzy? No, it's the other guy.
The hatless.
Let's see how long it takes for it to come up on stage because of how slow everything's been. It's Trevor.
It's happening.
Well, as you can see, StreamYard is really great tonight.
Yeah.
Trevor!
Chris!
But
gentlemen,
what's going on, man? It's been a while.
Just doing some rails of Diet Coke, which I rarely ever do.
That's the only drink that should be shotgunned.
It was leftovers from when my mother-in-law was here, so it was in the fridge. I might as well drink it.
That's my wife's beverage of choice is a Diet Coke, and I've seen like memes and stuff online that says that that's just called a fridge cigarette. Is the Diet Coke?
Yeah, and I don't really drink soda that much or pop. I
really?
mean, yeah, it's a rare occasion. I mean, I'm looking. Well, this is actually 0 calories, so that I guess it's okay. But no, you look at a regular one, it's like 250 calories, and the sugar is just insane.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
Well, here's my issue, because obviously, you just had Halloween. I've still got all this crap left over sitting on my dining room table, and I'm like, man, I want to eat it all. I've got the Reese's, I've got the, M&Ms. I want to eat it all. But anyway, no, I mean the whole the whole vinyl tag thing. That was like that's kind of why I had that post on my community page, because 2 years ago I did the Americana tag, and it did well. Like it got like 1,500 views and
billion views.
Yeah, right. It's the same thing. Like, I mean, shoot, Mazzy jumped on that thing. And then I did it last year, and it was like, 6 people jumped on it. And I was like, wow, I've really fallen from my pedestal here in just a year. I think we just go through.
I think the secret to that is if you can, try and plan it before the vinyl tag itself goes out, because I think more people would jump into thinking, well, the vinyl tag is going to happen. I'll jump on Sam's. Like, I always was like, I won't do every vinyl tag, and I'm like, at the moment, I'm doing loads of tags. So it's kind of like, all right, okay. But I definitely do you with Sam. Definitely, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. You've gotta prep good questions. You've got to make sure that the questions are semi-universal, because if you make them too specific, nobody's going to do it.
Okay, can we just see the elephant, or I should say the cat or the kitten in the room? Yeah, Trevor, what is going on there, mate?
Oh,
talk to me.
This is what my wife brought home Saturday. Willow.
Nice.
This is our
How many animals does that make, Trevor?
Wow.
3 dogs, 2 cats.
Good gracious.
I'm in my wife's office where she's been spending most of her time today. She's scared of the dogs.
Right.
So, we got all kinds of cat stuff in here. Why don't you be a parrot while you're at it?
Was she a rescue? Or just from the street?
No. My wife and daughter were out at the coast Labor Day weekend, and they met this guy that kind of rescues cats, but deals with cats that have litters, and he took care of them. She's all shots and fixed and all that stuff. So we got her. She's tiny. She's 14 weeks old, and yeah, she's all good.
I think you may have a clinger there, Trevor.
I have a what?
I think you might have a clinger, we call in Cat World, where they won't leave around your neck. The next video you do, I expect to see it around your neck when you're talking about rock albums. I got to
do Cam's video because he, guilted me into listing me on that. I mean, I don't know. I did a couple of those shorts. It's a little experiment I'm doing right now. Those stupid shorts.
Well, actually, I was telling Sam on the chat earlier on that my shorts actually do better than my actual videos.
Oh yeah.
Because let's be honest, the people watching are youngsters, so they just want to. It's that deal where it's kind of like Instagram stories, where it's kind of like next one. If they like it, they'll watch it for a certain amount of time, and then they gives you that kind of views. I always find that always better for me. Normally,
you'll get the joke about them all if you read the hashtags.
Right. Okay. Because believe it or not, I watch YouTube on my 50-inch TV. I don't watch it on my phone. The only time I go on my phone is to leave a comment. That's the only time I use it, or upload in kind of videos or shorts. That's it.
Yeah, I just hooked up a TV in the man cave, the music room, whatever.
Yeah.
It was the TV that was in our bedroom, so it's like a 32-inch. Nothing major. I mean, it's in a bedroom, so I don't need anything.
Yeah, you don't need a big one, no.
Hooked up the speaker on it and all that, and I got a Fire Stick on it. So, it was nice to be able to, watch my Seahawks dominate last night, in there, and it not being on my phone. We rarely watch actual television in this house. Everyone's just on their own little devices.
I had the live stream last night because I had the Canadian special,
Mhm.
and Rob was on there. He was not happy at all.
Oh, because of his Jays.
Oh, mate, he was not happy.
They really did blow it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Did you watch it, Chris? Did you watch it?
Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, right? Until I met Rob, I have only heard of the Yankees from the UK because they were always that's the Yankees are the Yankees. Like it's kind of the Babe Ruth
They're the American team,
that sport.
Yeah.
So, but when I get to know Rob, who's saying about the Blue Jays, so I've been watching on YouTube on catch up on YouTube, the replays and the kind of that kind of thing. So I've been kind of following it as it goes along. But I like the underdog kind of scenario as well, where they shouldn't really be there and they are. So let's back them. It doesn't look like you're enjoying that drink much, mate. Is it in the back of the throat too quick?
Oh no, I'm just trying to make sure it's cold enough. I don't like it room temperature because I'm not a man.
Is that whiskey?
Yes.
This is, yeah.
Okay, you need to get on to Irish or Scottish whiskey, mate. That will change your life for better or good. It's
I've
pretty
had
good.
Scotch before, and it's like, I don't know. It tasted like, I don't know, the inside of a boot. It's like
no, it was funny when I moved into my apartment. My uncle, who he's my uncle by marriage, and he's got a Scottish last name, and so his family's tradition is to give a bottle of Scotch as a housewarming gift. And he gave me my first bottle of Scotch. This would have been like 5 years ago, and I'd never tried just straight Scotch. And I remember trying it for the first time, and like I was like, I drank it out of a mug too, and it was really something. But I enjoy it. But
my first time trying it, like I said, the tasting like the inside of a boot. A buddy of mine that lives here, he's from Scotland, so I'm thinking, oh, well, he must love Scotch, right? So I go to Total Wine and More and got a nice, or at least price-wise, I thought it was a nice bottle. Yeah, each of us had like a little bit, and then he was being frank about it and just like, yeah, I don't drink this stuff.
I clean my teeth with it, but I don't drink it.
Right. Yeah.
I'll soak my auto parts.
It's kind of like yeah. I thin the paint on the walls with it.
Yes.
We went. Me and Liz went about 2 years ago to Ireland because we were going to watch John Mayer live. I've told Trevor about this before, and we went on a whiskey tour. I didn't want to because the Guinness one was just everybody wants to go on the Guinness tour, right? So I was like, do you know what I'm going to do? We're going to go on a whiskey tour, and then we're going to go to some pubs in Dublin and taste real Dublin Guinness in the pub and have a selfie as you do.
Yeah.
So, but I tell you what, the Irish whiskey is a lot smoother. A lot smoother. It tastes like whiskey, but it's not as harsh as Scotch.
Right.
So it's got that more like honey kind of taste to it. So it's a bit more smooth on the back of the throat. If that makes any sense. So yeah. So if you ever go to Ireland, do the tour.
I do want to go, and I've only been to Europe once. I was a senior in university. There you go, Chris.
Well done, mate.
And so it was my last year. It was January, and we did about 2.5 weeks. We split 2.5 weeks between London and Berlin, and we did the Beefeater Gin distillery tour, and that was fantastic.
Yeah,
to try.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and with a tour, because we had already prepaid for. It was a card that you can use. You essentially just swiped it into everything, and at the end of the tour, they give you a free gin and tonic. And I was 21 years old, and with a bunch of other 21-year-olds getting a free gin and tonic, and we were just like, yeah, free.
Nice.
Yeah, but
gin and tonic is quite big in Britain. It's it's as British as you can possibly get, because that's what they used to feed World War II soldiers. Just have a gin and tonic and run over the top, you'll be fine. Well, you got some guy by the side of you playing the drum. Boom, 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 boom.
Meanwhile, in America, we're just drinking PBR and bowling.
Yeah. Yeah. I always wind Alex up all the time, going, "When are you going to taste some real beer, like British beer or German or Belgian beer, mate?"
No, dude. There's a brewery. What'd you say, Trevor?
I do love Newcastle brown ale.
Oh shit!
No, there's a brewery here. There's a brewery here in town that we were there. We went. I guess it was last weekend, and they put out the seasonal beers for the autumn and fall and all that. And like I was really craving a stout, because like if I was to pick any kind of beer, like if I was to eliminate all the beers and just pick one, I would pick stouts. And I was really craving one, and they only had two on draft on tap. One was a Guinness, and I'm like, I really don't want. I want I want the local. I mean, I want the the homemade stuff here. Like I don't want the the domestic stuff. And the only other option that they had, which I did not get, was it was just a 5-ounce pour, 19.5%
Nice.
stout, and I was like, I don't really want to eat that with my French fries that I ordered.
So would you like me to educate you slightly, Sam, when you come over to Britain and what to order? So ales over here are drafts. Okay, so you got your Guinnesses, which is more of a dark beer. Now you call beer as in Budweiser and Coors Light and the rest of it. We call that lager. Okay, so that's a lager, which is a bit more light. The beers, I'm talking at IPAs. We class the IPAs as beers over here, and there's a lot. And Richard knows this. There's a lot of home craft beers. Where I live in Tenby, we've got Tenby Brewing Company that make their own beer, and you can taste it before you buy it.
Yeah. I'm all in.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
I'm all in. Yeah.
So that's if you go to Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, wherever. If you ask for a beer, you got to be prepared to get an IPA. But if you want a Bud or Coors, you ask for a lager. So there it is.
I just call that, it's just water here. Stuff.
Yeah, I don't really drink that much. But like Trevor's asking, Newcastle Brown Ale, because Newcastle Brown Ale, that is a beer. That's an ale. So that classes as a actual, and that is I've had a few Newcastle Brown Ales and waking up 3 days later wondering why I've got a tattoo saying I love Dave on my knuckles. So you got to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, I don't do too many. Well, plus it's not easy to find around here. Went back in Michigan, I was able to find it relatively easy, but for some reason here on the West Coast,
didn't Motorhead bring out a Newcastle Brown Ale or something, or one of the bands?
And I searched high and low, and it did not make it to the Pacific Northwest.
Okay, send me your address. I'll send you some real beer.
Okay.
There we go.
Because
as long as I can send it.
I collect banned beers. There's not many. I mean, the easy one was the Iron Maiden one. That was all over the place.
Yeah.
AC/DC briefly did a German beer, so I got that canned. I got a Megadeth one, which was okay.
I'm sure Rammstein did one as well in Germany.
That makes sense. But yeah, the Motorhead, well, they kind of, they did that, a wine, a whiskey, and
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think Sam's just really happy tonight because he just doesn't stop smiling.
Literally perma smile.
It's amazing.
It's the whiskey.
It's amazing how our internet is so good. And his is just kind of now. Sam knows what I do for a living. If he was in the UK, I could fix his broadband right here, right now. I'll get on the laptop and I'd fix it for him. Being he's in America, mate, you're on your own.
But now think about it. At least
he's gone.
Yeah, but
We're on
at least he was frozen with a good look and not like he's like like what? Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love Sam. Honestly, it's I don't know if you watched it from the start, but it was just amazing. Right, I'll go through some of the comments then while Sam's gone. I feel like it's my show again. Okay. Okay. I agree with Chris on Irish Scottish whiskey. Yes, it is good. Stouts are my thing too, Sam. Mike is saying hello, DJ Vinyl Vertigo, laugh out loud. Like that horror film called Smile.
I know of it, never saw it.
Okay. I'm just going to go up quickly just to see if I missed anything. The cat is so cute, Julie's saying as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Julie's saying the cat is so cute.
Thank you. Yeah, he's adorable.
Morton's saying for you as well. They cave up Diet Coke here. They had to launch Zero to try and compete with Pepsi Max. Same in the UK, mate. Absolutely same in the UK. So it's my go-to now. I just see a live chat and I just gotta start reading it out.
Right.
So what have you been up to this week, mate? Have you been listening? Oh, he's back, right? I'm just doing filler at this point now.
I let's see. I got in the mail appropriately on Halloween. I got the first 3 Danzig albums.
Okay,
which was nice. I had a unofficial pressing of the first album, so I can get rid of that because why have 2 copies of the same thing? So
exactly. What's the point? Like, we think you're record collectors at this point.
Well,
I know, stupid.
It's got to be something significantly different. Like I got that reissue of the first Megadeth album because it's the original album cover, which I call the Spirit Halloween one because it looks like it was done with Spirit Halloween stuff. I got an Iron Maiden one that's like it's got a full concert on the end of it and a different track listing. But other than that, I can't think of anything else that I have doubles of because I don't have a lot of space, and why get up with 2 of the same exact thing.
So what I've started doing is, especially with the Stereophonics, I've started getting doubles because I've been buying the limited edition colored variants and that kind of stuff. So I've been sending it to Rob and I've been sending it to other people, like the black versions. So it's kind of, I don't need, I like colored vinyl. I just love colored vinyl. The limited edition ones. I don't know why. But I've been sending to Rob and other people and kind of stuff. Just so you know, Sam, I've covered the live chat. I've done everything on the right hand side when you were away. Is he still gone?
I think he's frozen again, but at least now he's got the pensive look. That's almost
that's his
picture.
Yeah, that's his LinkedIn page profile picture right there. He's gone again.
He's again.
Right, if anybody wants to leave comments in the chat, you crack on. Oh, there's the cat. I was just about to try and make you big, then I realized it's not my stream.
Everyone else can look really deep.
There you go. Willow. So what have you named it? What's the cat's name?
Willow.
After Willow.
I don't know. Something that either my daughter or wife came up with on the 2-hour drive back home.
So you know the British actor, I want to reference this right, who's in Star Wars, who's dressed up as a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't he in the film Willow?
I think so. I think he
Okay.
might have been. I think he was a child in well, that would have been Return of the Jedi.
I don't want to get the name wrong, Trevor, if
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I don't know the name either. So
Yeah.
but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so I've actually met him as well. He was in Tembe with his family. But pretty cool guy, actually. Yeah. Is he going to come back at this point? Nobody knows.
I know, and I'm here.
Hey, you know what? At least the last two Frozen, at least you look great.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. That's very kind.
Did you hear what I said about the last one? You went like this.
I saw what I look like, but I didn't hear what you said.
I said it's his new LinkedIn profile picture page.
I'm very, mysterious and inquisitive about things. I'd have moved to my phone because I'm like my laptop is being stupid, so I'm on my phone now. So, I apologize for not seeing chats because I'm on my stupid cell phone.
So without naming names, when you're going to see Paul McCartney, are you going with the not one of the usual suspect, the usual suspect?
I have no idea who you'd be talking about.
Okay. If we were gonna say if the name correlates to Penny Lane, would the name be similar?
If it correlates to Penny Lane.
Penny Lane, she's in mine.
I'm trying to see where the connection is. I'm missing that connection.
Okay, who's a Beatles guy that if you
No. No.
It's not him. Oh, okay. I'm shocked. I thought where are you seeing McCartney at?
See, when I say where I'm seeing him, that's the giveaway there.
Okay, never mind. Because I know you were talking going north. And the man with the Beatle news, everything.
Well, let's just say that we're seeing this guy. We're seeing McCartney. It's not a theater, but it feels like a dream.
Okay.
So it's Dream Theater then. Okay. So who likes Dream Theater in the vinyl community?
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Trevor, it was Warwick Davis.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I've been reading out the chat while you've been buffering.
Very good, Richard.
So, because we yeah, we know what it is now. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Mike was saying I tried to grab a screenshot but failed. Are you using the same StreamYard as Sam by any chance?
You can take that screenshot. It's public domain at this point.
It's copyright infringement, and I want.
It's like Steamboat Willie. Yeah, it's like Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
So, Mike, are you at home? Because every time I get on Facebook, you're like all over the place. Me and Mike are Facebook. Some people might know this story. Mike and I actually we didn't know each other at the time, but we went to high school together.
Okay.
And we met through a Facebook vinyl page. So
yeah.
Man, I should just quit YouTube. Or just
this has probably been the buggiest stream I think I've ever seen because something is not quite right. It may be your broadband internet, mate, because something is not quite right there.
You need an exterminator.
No, it's not the internet. I think it's the that time I accidentally just logged myself out because I'm on my phone. That time it was my fault. But no, it's so like whenever you see me do an interview, at least in the last few months, I've been doing it through StreamYard because you can record and then download it. But I've had to use my wife's iPad because my laptop doesn't do it correctly. And I don't want to do it on my phone because, like, right now, like, you guys are super small.
Yeah.
Because StreamYard, the app is terrible. So I have to use her iPad, and then, you've got bad iPad, microphones and all that stuff. So it's just, I'm honestly, like, very curious, like, how, like, these, like, professional podcasters do it from, their houses, and, like, what they do.
They've. I tell you how they do it, and I can tell exactly how they do it. They're using a MacBook or iMac, and then they're using their mobile phone as their webcam. So they're using their iPhone 15 Pro above their laptop, above their iMac.
Wow.
And then they're using the iMac as the actual screen itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as you put it close to the iMac or your MacBook, it on iPhone automatically connects to your camera, which gives you obviously the best camera. If they're using a Pro, it's going to give a better picture. But then you're talking thousands of pounds. Is it worth thousands of pounds just to?
I mean, I'm on a MacBook right now, and I got a 15 Pro. I might as well try it sometime.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get into Sam territory. There's an artist I want to try to interview, like Facebook. She's got like 80 followers. She's got a new album coming out in about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the 4 tracks that she's got, on Apple and probably Spotify are fantastic. Singer-songwriter. So it's like, if you heard her and you know what I mostly like, you'd be like, wait a second, you?
Yeah.
But
that sounds really cool, mate.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, as soon as the album gets close, I'm gonna try to reach out and be like, hey, 15 minutes. I'm not gonna try to do like one of these like 30, 60-minute things. Just 15 minutes, because I don't know much about her at all. So, just want to kind of.
Did anybody see the news this week with the CEO from Spotify and what he's been up to?
I know a lot of people have been pulling their music in the last few weeks.
Do you know why?
I mean, a lot of it has to do with residuals that the artists are getting.
Okay. Do you know the guy on YouTube that's got a bald head and glasses and he does reviews?
Steve.
No. He doesn't do reviews.
He's got like one of the biggest YouTube channels on music reviews.
It's either Anthony.
That's it. Him. Anthony. Yeah. He was interviewing a band, and they're claiming that Daniel Ek, the CEO of Spotify, has funded millions of pounds into private drone targeted activities with military access. So that's why you're seeing so many people being pulled from Spotify as we speak.
Wow.
Because the music companies don't agree of what is going on. Watch the video and it'll make sense.
Huh.
That's nuts.
I know, like, Spotify is like YouTube with, monetization, because I mean, I'm not monetized, but I know that it's like, for every, video you put out, you just get a couple cents based on, views, and it's like that with everything, with any kind of streaming, whether it's Spotify or YouTube videos, or whatever it might be, and you're not going to get rich.
I'm going to be honest with you, right? I use Apple Music. I've got an iPhone. I'm in the Apple ecosystem. I've got AirPods. On my contract for my mobile phone, as part of my contract, I get Apple One, so I get the storage, I get Apple TV Plus, I get the arcade, and then I get Apple Music as well, and it just builds everything into me. So I stick with Apple Music, to be honest.
I actually enjoy Apple Music, and I guess out of the streaming services, I guess Tidal is like the best sounding one, but I guess Apple is like very close second, and I have no complaints with it. I think everything sounds great on it. And yeah, I know a lot of people like streaming's awful, streaming's evil, and I'm like, listen, I'm very mobile in my job. I'm, popping here and there and everywhere. I can't bring a CD player with me, or I mean, I had an iPod years ago, but it dropped it and broke, and trying to find an iPod or an iPod now.
Yeah.
It costs you an arm and a leg. So,
yeah.
I think for us though, Trevor, compared to like maybe Sam, is the fact that we bought music on iTunes, or we've had CDs burnt to iTunes, so it's all in kind of the library of the all iTunes library that you can connect through Apple Music with that as well. So I think that's got a lot to do with it. Sorry, Sam, if I'm taking over. Sorry, mate.
No. It's interesting what Scott's saying here. And this reminds me of something. Because Scott is, he works for a radio station down in Florida. And yeah, I mean, everything is based off of streaming and everything. And it was interesting because one of the local stations here where I live, which, I try not to say, exactly where I live, but it's a college town. And there are a lot of really nice, like, indie radio stations that kind of go against, the big, iHeartMedia is like the big, thing in America. But it was cool. The other day I was driving and the DJ that I was listening to was saying, he said, I love being a DJ, blah, blah, blah. And he said, this is something I've always wanted to do. He said, but the next song that we're going to play, we're going to be playing it from vinyl. And they played they played a I think it was an REM song, and they played it from a 45 on the station.
Was it it's the end of the world as we know it?
It wasn't that, but that's what radio feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, even like Sirius XM is like, there's a formula to it. And so it's like, it's awesome to hear a DJ, go off script and play something for the love of the music and not for,
Sorry, I should have got the track right. I think it's Man on the Moon. I apologize to the vinyl community completely. I think it's Man on the Moon. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And see, of course Scott would, because Scott is a member of the vinyl community. So of course he plays vinyl on his show.
Yeah, it's I find streaming amazing sometimes, because recommendations from the vinyl community, when you're watching a video, right, and say Sam recommends an interview he's doing, I can pause that video and I can stream it really quick and go, I'll go on Apple Music now. What's this all about? Oh, I love this. And Sam, it's happened twice, 3 times that I've just ended up buying the album because I've loved this so much. Other vinyl channels as well. Like Rob has recommended something, or Richard's recommended something, and I picked it up. Brian. So it does come in handy, but I can see the other flip side where people are like, "I'm never touching streaming." But it works for me, especially in the car when you just want to listen to Bruce's new Nebraska '82 album, and you're on a long drive. I was gonna ask you the question, but I thought maybe you just want to talk about it this evening.
Well, no, what was the question?
Have you picked it up?
The Bruce. I've got the CD. I didn't get the vinyl.
Okay, I saw the CD. I was just wondering if you were any tempted to go, do you know what? Shall I pick up the vinyl?
No, I would have if it was like a top 10 album for me. I mean, and Bruce is not, he's probably not in my top 10, but I love that album Nebraska so much that I was like, it was $80 for the 4 CDs and the Blu-ray. I'm like, yeah, I can do that for the CD. But yeah, I mean, if it was like, Pet Sounds or something like that, I would have gone for both for sure. But it's, I've just got to be careful, especially this time of year with all the reissues and the box sets. It's just, I mean, it gets all of us, here that have a channel is like, part of you is like, you want to share something for your channel, but also you want something that you're actually going to listen to, but you also know that you've got to keep it affordable. and Christmas is coming, gift giving and all this stuff. You're just like, I've gotta really hold back here.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
that's why I'm glad. Pretty much every that Black Friday store day. I always think thankfully the list sucks for me personally, and I'm grateful for it because then I don't feel like I'm in FOMO, and man, I don't want to get something for myself, and yeah, around this time of year, yeah, I really curtail on the spending. And actually, it's going to be coming up in a future video why I'm going to be cutting a ton of spending. I don't know. Like I said, I got a video coming up that as frequent as my videos are, but this one is really important. Well, I'm serious. It's going to be an important one.
Yeah.
So are you talking about cutting funding from the family so you can buy more vinyl, or is it?
No. Well, I mean, I don't know how far this conversation is going to go, but my daughter wants to take the school trip this coming summer.
Okay. Yeah.
To Peru.
Oh, wow. Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna do some e-begging. So
you said, forget that. I need to go to Black Friday. That's what's really important.
No, I mean, like, I might not go to Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, reason being, I think the two trips coincide time-wise.
Okay.
B, I can't deny my child a once-in-a-lifetime experience. As much as I want to, hang out with everyone, and the two times I've already went have been, upper echelon amazing, but I can't deny, my kids' experience.
So why do we do a GoFundMe then for you, where we bring Buffalo to you?
Knowing the house that UK has,
yes,
this house will not compare.
Okay.
And besides, I mean, having been through that neighborhood, I mean, that place is perfect.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Trevor. Right, I'm quite torn this year. I know I said I was going to go, but Frank wants me to go over and stay with him and his family, me and Liz. Frank from 33 RPM.
Oh,
I've been friends with him for absolutely years, and he's been so good to me, like supportive and showing me, videos and always being really cool friend to me. And I also want to go and see Rob, I think, as well. I want to go to Canada. So maybe I put the VC meetup on a hold for this year and maybe do it next year, because me and Liz want to do the whole Canada thing, via go to the falls and travel around. I'm a big Bret Hart fan, wrestling. So
the thing is, the falls is like a half hour from Mike's house.
yeah, I'm aware of that, but visa wise, it's
do you know
what I mean?
Jumping over the border and staying for a couple hours, it gets really.
Yeah.
Hey, you're only here for a little bit. What's the deal? Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, because I've traveled America a lot, because I used to work for Carnival Cruise Lines in America for like 7 years. So I've traveled most of West Coast, East Coast. I've done, Caribbean, as you call it, Caribbean. It's the Caribbean for anybody from Britain. But yeah, it's I may have to put it on hold because me and Liz have been talking about it, and it's kind of. I feel like I need to go and see Frank and Rob because they've been so supportive of me.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that way, and I think me just inviting myself over there would be a bit. Who the hell is this guy?
Hey, JT did it.
Yeah, but JT's known in the vinyl community. I'm just a small channel, so I'm kind of just like I don't know.
It's all who you know.
There are smaller channels that go.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm nobody. I mean,
yeah, but everybody knows you, Trev. You know, you do when you're there, you do the live streams and you help out, and you
it's just because
my dream is to do. I want to do Canada, like Ontario, because I want to see Glenn. I mean, obviously Glenn has come to visit me a couple different times. Glenn Kellaway. It'd be great to see Rob, to see Brian, to see Larry Graves, who's been good to me. Robert's on my turntable, to talk to him. All those guys are like within like 30 minutes of each other. Like that would be awesome to see that. And then I would love to do Pacific Northwest because like I want to meet Trevor. I've had good communication with Harry from Harry's Music Room, who I know Trevor's hung out with. And to see those, and plus I just want to go to the Pacific Northwest. That's one of my dream spots to go visit. And I actually I haven't met that many people in person. I mean, I think it's been less than five or four in person. And with the Buffalo thing, that's from now on, that's going to fall during my anniversary weekend because we were married July 19th.
Oh, you fucked them.
Yeah. So, I don't know where. I mean, cause it'll be our 1 year in July, and we'll see what what that'll be like. I see. Yeah. Very good, Trevor.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna propose this year and do the Canada thing. I gotta be honest, because I want to go see Frank. I want to see Rob. I'd love to go meet Joe. And maybe go to his shop and actually buy some vinyl off him. I think that'd be amazing, and like do that whole experience with Joe. Daryl, I think, is too far north. He's talking polar bear country there, mate. It's too cold for me.
Yeah,
even
Daryl's
from a British person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the Scotland people are going, no way, I'm not going that far up.
Rob's even saying that. Rob, he's a lot closer than you are. He's like, that's way too far for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I looked. I did like the Google Maps of just the cities. I don't have their addresses, so just between the city that Rob's in and Daryl, and that's an insane trip to make.
Yeah.
Doesn't Daryl do it on the train or something? It like 12 hours or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's very rural. Yeah.
He sent me a video on WhatsApp a couple weeks ago that when his neighbours recorded off the Ring doorbell, it was literally a polar bear walking past the house, mate. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. Even for me, that is just tripping. Can you imagine on a few whiskeys seeing the missus? I just saw a polar bear. Yeah, sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to live anywhere that there's not like, a fast food restaurant within, 100 miles.
Right. Oh man, I'm sure, I remember as a kid, McDonald's was a treat.
Yes.
Now it's a life. But for those guys, it must be.
That's called, white glove, Michelin star.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not getting Uber Eats up there, mate. I tell you that for nothing.
No, you get some like rations to last you for the winter. They're like, here's some jerky and saltine crackers, and you gotta survive on this.
I always wind Daryl up every time before we go for a live stream and we're on backstage. I'm like, so have you carved out the cave in the house this year so you can, be with the bears, and because winter's come in and you've got to hibernate? And he's just like, piss off.
The thing is, he knows it though. He's got to know it.
Right. I mean, that kind of town, it's got to be hard to get away with something because, I mean, everyone literally knows each other. So it's like,
the rumor mill is strong.
Right.
Small town gossip. Yeah.
Grapevines are like that big,
Yeah.
He sends me pictures sometimes, and I'm just like, holy sugar. I'm trying not to swear on this, but like, wow. After he sent me that video of that Ring doorbell, and I was like, oh, mate, I'm tapping out. Right, this is going for sale. We're moving. You know, if I've got to be honest, if I was going to move over the pond, I'd probably go Miami or somewhere where it's warm all the time. For a British person, it'd be like heaven, because you know. So yeah, you've got lots of chat going on. Yeah, do you want to catch up or?
Yeah, I'm just I'll put up a few. Yeah, Mike was just saying that. Yeah, that anniversary is just after the first anniversary. It's nothing. But no, I'll probably actually do need to jump off here. But I appreciate you guys jumping on even through the technical difficulties and
kept the show going. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's always fun to hang out. Just shoot the breeze.
No, it had been a minute, and I really wanted to do it. And today just happened to work. But yeah, there's very likely going to be more streams this weekend. Maybe on my channel, maybe on somebody else's. Wink, wink.
Don't look at me, mate. I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
Trevor.
I won't mention any names, but we might talk about Dream Theater. We might.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm going to watch Paul McCartney live.
Right. Yeah, and the Midwest of the United States. Wink, wink. But
yeah.
No, I appreciate you guys. It's always good to see you, Chris and Trevor, and the chat. Thank you all for commenting, even through the technical difficulties. Richard, Mike, everybody else that's in there.
DJ, can't remember his name.
Yeah, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Right.
But no, appreciate it, boys, and yeah, I guess we'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Yep.